Hello, it's what date is it? Thursday, and I think it's about the 2nd of July. Welcome to a new venue. I built my shed. I'm so excited. I'm going to show you around. It's not big, 8 foot by 6 foot, big enough for me. I now have my own little shed. I'll show you around. All I've done is put it up and do most of the painting. There's still some painting needs to be done because it's been raining a lot outside, so some of the painting outside I've not been able to get to. But I will do next week when it dries up again. Give the shed a few days to dry out on the outside before I stick some of the paint on it. But do you want to have a look inside? There's not really much to show you, it's still going on. So we are situated behind the greenhouse, which is there, and next to the polytunnel, which is there, and ooh, this is my little shed. I'm just about starting to put pretty things in it. Drying rack, which is made of chicken wire. I'm going to bring the garlic in here in a bit, put it up there, and then the onions will go on it as well. I need to add a support chain from here to here for when it's in use, but this can go up, and I will put something up there to keep it up when it's out the way. I'm toying with the idea of making a second one for over that section, and I've put them there so that there's kind of, because my table's here, as you can see, it's still working. As the table's here, I thought if I put them up there, they'll be kind of out the way, so I can still sit in and work. I love my chair. Thank you, sisters, it's gorgeous. And that's where I'm at the moment. I want to put some shelving up on that wall, and over in this corner here, probably corner shelves over here. So this is very much going to be where I will do sewing, greenhouse and polytunnel growing. And then early in the year when I'm doing things on the grow lamps and on the heat mats and things, that'll happen in here as well. We'll run some power up to it. So that's quite exciting, isn't it? Certainly is. It is to me anyway. I like my little shed. So Charlie put the blocks down for the base and did the block base for me. And then he and I built the floor and the walls and got all the joists up for the roof. All of them. The one joist up for the roof. And then Philip helped to do the roof because that was quite a bit of a job doing the roof, and he had some spanking good roofing felt, so my roof is dry as a bone. Most important part in it, making sure your roofing is dry. So anyway, I can rest assured the roof is very dry. This is going to be a great place to be. I'm glad I painted it on the inside. I'd already painted the panels on the outside before we even put it together. And then when I got in here, it was lovely and bright on the outside, quite dark on the inside, so I decided to paint it inside as well, and I'm glad I did because it's so pretty. I want to paint the wood on that drying rack that I've made. Get that done. I'll do that today. I think I will make another one. It'll be quite handy to have, even just as an extra bit of shelf, won't it? That nothing heavy goes on. Nothing heavy can go on it. I think it's really rather good. Aye, so that's the inside of the shed. I thought we'd do a quick early July tour. Can't say the 1st of July, can I? Start of July tour. There's a lot of mess around. Because of building this, a lot of stuff has just got shoved out the way. And in amongst all that lot of stuff, there's plants growing. So, shall we go and have a little look around and see how things are going? I'll show you outside the shed as well while we go, shall we? Let's go and have a look. So, there's my little shed. Madam mine. Oh, let me show you what Charlie made me. We hadn't even got the roof on it. And he made me a little sign. Ain't that cute? He's such a lovely lad. Oh look, I've just noticed these dribbles of paint. That'll be from when I was painting inside. Oh well, sealed it. Isn't it cute? I'm really pleased with that. Let's have another look. Julia's garden shed. A squash bed is looking pretty good. We'll go in the polytunnel in a minute. I've just started taking down the first of the Blauwschokker pea TPs because it was still putting off 1 or 2 flowers, but not very many. So that can come out now and go on to. It's not making enough flowers to justify keeping it there, so that can come out now. The rain really battered it. Look how much it's fallen down. It was right at the top of the teepee. I had to put extra sports in for the alderman. We'll come to that in a minute. Look, here's, can you see it? A baby pattypan squash. Hurrah! I like the pattypans, they're quite nice texture to them. Right, so Blauwschokker coming down today. They're all growing really well. They've not complained about the rain. Incidentally, down the middle there are dahlias, just for, you know, pretty. Sunflower. It's not going to be tall. It's already starting to put on a flower head. So this one. So they're just going to be for pretty. Turnips are starting. Can we see down in here to make? Ooh, that one's ready for coming out. Making the turnips. The bean arches are going really well. Sort of going really well. They're going really well. They're certainly further on this year than they were last year. We've got a pea, sneakily, an alderman, sneakily using the trellis. These are the Costa Violetta, and they're going up quite nicely. And all the other peas, different sorts of them. These names. I know there's cobras on the end. Let's see. Oh, right. Oh, Necker Gold. So this one, this patch is Necker Gold. And this patch of ones that are a little bit behind are Python. Python. I don't know how many I've got. Isabel. And then this one over here is Cobra. Oh, that needs to be taken up its stake. We'll try that in a minute. This is one of our squashes. Look at the slugs getting the flowers at the moment. Once it's up and going, it'll be okay. I can't remember which one that was. Oh, there it is. Burgess Buttercup. You know the Burgess Buttercups are doing really well. This is one of them as well. Now, I did notice that it was vining. And it's up to here already. That's quite good. We have a flower. But it's a boy, I think. Yes, it's a boy. We need some gale flowers, please. But yeah, that's going to be cool. That can go all the way up. The one on the other side can go up the other side and meet it. The Greek Gigantes beans are really, really doing well. They're liking this trellis. Almost up and over the top. Wow. On both sides. So they should fill this really well. These are the Kelvdumunda peas that have got tons and tons and tons of peas on them. So they're staying in. Right, I know what I wanted to tell you about these. Kelvdumunda, they are not. I bought these seeds from Lidl and it said Kelvdumunda. And I thought that I'd managed to get a Blauwschokker mixed in because that popped up in the middle, but I haven't, because where did I see that? There we go. But I haven't. Excusez-moi. Because if you look here, that is a green pea, and the Blauwschokker's come through purple right from the very beginning, and this pea and this pea are nowhere the same. This is a mixed bag of peas. I've even found in here some peas. I'm not sure if I can tell them. Not sure if I'll find one now. That look remarkably like Oregon sugar pods. Oh, sugar snap. But this has got like such a mixture. Massive long pods. Short fat pods there. Completely different to each other. And then there's some that stay flatter but fill out with peas quite nicely. There are some that are in long pods where the peas are really, really, really tightly packed. Look at the size of that pea. I mean, that is not at all the same variety as that. This is the Overs bag of peas that they label Caldon Wonder and the big fat fibbers. See? I can't find the ones that look like Oregon sugar pod now. But anyway, they were. I found it. Exactly the same. So, well, I would say if you want peas of a named variety, say you're buying Caldon Wonder peas because you like Caldon Wonder peas and you want Caldon Wonder peas, don't buy Lidl's Caldon Wonder peas because they ain't. Some of them will be, but certainly not all of them. And I think that might be it. I think that's the Oregon sugar pod type one. Let's have a taste. Yep. It is. Don't buy, sorry, I was just finishing the pea. Don't buy Lidl's Caldon Wonder peas because you're not going to be guaranteed that you're going to get any. See, that's quite a fat pod that's ready to come off. They've been tasty peas. I'm not knocking them. Well, I am knocking them, aren't I? I'm not. If all you want are nice peas, buy them. It's a cheap pack of peas, seeds. But if you want a named variety, don't buy them because you'll not be able to guarantee that they are what they say they are. Here we have the Gigantes enjoying a little bit of rain-free time, although the rain has done them good. That is a blouse shocker, and that's where it's supposed to be, on that TP through there. All these beans are doing really well, and the squashes that I've got planted to go up and over as well are doing well too. So that needs tying in. It's been so wet. The kale on the ends. Have I got 4? No, I've only got 3 plants now, haven't I? Because I took one out because it was just rocking over in the wind too much. They're doing really well. I got a little bit of critter damage. Can't find any. I have found a couple of caterpillars on here, but not very many at all, really. Just be birds pecking, I think. The old pigeons. That sneaky pigeon. Sweet peas at the beginning of the arch, starting to flower on this side and on this side. So they're going to be bonny. These are the enorma peas. That one's called Armstrong. This is the Cherokee Trail of Tears. Cherokee Trail of Tears beans. And again, Gigantes, you've already had a look at them. Look at that. Big Max is enjoying this. Has enjoyed the rain. He's enormous now. I've managed this first vine, I've managed to trail around circularly. I'm hoping to bring it out. I'm going to have to put some straw down here. That is not a dead animal. That's a very soggy dog toy. Just so you know. I'm hoping to trail that around here onto the straw, but I want to put a lot more straw down for it to live on. Entire of dahlias are looking very beautiful. Those were those very beautiful little pot choys that Tony gave me, and as soon as they came outside, boom, they were gone. And these are the Borlotto beans that have enjoyed the rain as well. Okay, the brassica cage. I've got a few things. Oh, look at that. That's a broccoli that I've missed because I haven't been out much because it's been raining. And I think that might be a beetroot that's going to seed in the middle there. And there's some cabbage down here that is starting to do well. There's some kohlrabi. Excuse me, I'm just avoiding the detritus. Kohlrabi in there, which is doing really well. That's doing well, isn't it? Looks good. And there are, I think, 4 green kohlrabi and 4 purple kohlrabi in there. There is a hot mess of rainbow chard at the end. That needs to be chopped right down to the ground. I've got curly kale in there that I need to unearth. Oh, I've got quite a few beetroots I think going to seed there. Oh well, we'll get them out. I've got more in the greenhouse waiting to grow seeds. Sweet corn. Sorry. Sweet corn is all silking and tasseling. It's not very high, which is a surprise, but it's silking and it's tasseling. I'm not sure the rain's done it much good. And these squash down here are Tondociara denisa. These 2 plants are the same, I believe. Oh no, look, that one looks yellow. So maybe not. That one's clearly something else. What is very evident is that there is a lot of weeding needs to go on in this here garden. It's a mess. The rain has just let everything through. That's a volunteer sunflower right in the middle of my broad beans. I'm leaving it. It's happy. It's growing. Leave it alone. There's another one in there somewhere just at the edge along here. It's probably swamped out a little bit by broad beans that are flopping over in the rain. Now I'm going to say this out loud, and I'm really not sure that I should say this out loud, so I'll say it quietly. We don't seem to suffer very much with black fly up here. It's like we get green fly. I've not found black fly yet. Shh. Oh, the calendula. It's so pretty. Ah, there's a bee enjoying. There's several bees. Sorry, bees, I interrupted your dinner. They're enjoying the comfrey. Enjoying the comfrey flowers. They like that. I think these calendulas are enticing them in as well. I need to deadhead a little on there. And the same here, more calendula. They're pretty. I like how they're mixed up, so I've got a really random selection in all the beds that I've got calendula in. There's some more down there. More calendula there. Looking pretty. The whole bed round there is looking nice. This is where we had the hedge. I'm going to strim it. I think he's found something living in the hedge. In the old hedge. And he's waiting for it to come out. He's been there for about 15 minutes. Oh! He's given up waiting. You're giving up waiting. Are you checking out to see if there's any friends coming? Funny dog. Right, so I'm going to strim all this down, cover it in cardboard, and start piling anything and everything that I can get my hands on onto it, because this is going to be where the next bed, the last bed for the veg garden is going to go. It's going to start down here, sort of level with where the calendula are. So start here, and it'll be about 4 feet wide. It'll come to the edge of where the hedge was, and about 4 feet wide here, and it'll go all the way down to the bottom where the arch is. That's my plan. I might have to stop it where the polytunnel starts, because I'm not sure if the path will be wide enough to go down there. As you can see down there, we've got some sunflowers down there as well. We'll look at those as we go into the polytunnel. I have a fine crop of mare's tail fern coming on. Shallots are looking good. Actually, I think they might be getting to a point where they need to come out soon. And these sensu onions as well, I think, might. A couple of cauliflowers in the ground. A very weedy. Oh God, the amount of times I weed these onions. Ugh. Right. So the Zebruna shallots doing fine. I need to weed. It's like this because we've not been able to get out, isn't it? These onions, I believe they were stewed on. They might have been Stuttgarter, but I'm pretty certain they were stewed on. Then I went in the spring, and they are now starting to bulk up quite nicely. But they'll be a little while yet, I think. Fingers crossed. I've never got this far with onions before, I don't think. Not this well. Shh, don't tell them. 3 spring cabbages called April, where the garlic came out, and 3 cauliflowers. They've put on quite a lot of weight. And at the moment, I am checking. I am going to net them. But at the moment, my net's over the other basket bed. Spring sunflowers. Doing quite nicely there. Again, they're not going to be big, but they're going to be pretty. Look, I started to get fence on these. They got bad rain. Look at that. I think that's when we had that torrential rain. There's nothing on there to eat them. Anyway, these are the bijou sweet peas. Aren't they cute? They're so tiny. They're very pretty though. And something seems to be enjoying saving me a job and taking the dead flowers off, or if they just drop off, I'm not sure. But they're so sweet. A nice little bit of splash of colour outside the polytunnel. I don't think they're quite going to make it up that little climbing frame that I made them. I did that because I wasn't sure how big they were going to get into the polytunnel of gloriousness. Okay, let's talk through what we've got. These are Costoluto Fiorentino. Not sure if I'll bother with these ones again next year. They seem to be taking a very long time. That's the first fruits on them. 3. Oh no, there's one down there as well. Another 3. We'll see how they do. That's one of the indigo midnight blacks. Getting its little Tommy's on. So I've got 3 Costoluto Fiorentinos. That's this, and the one at the back. And they've all been much the same really. They've not, I'm not sure. We'll see what the fruit's like. These are yellow pear, or yellow delight. Yellow delight, these. And they seem to be doing quite nicely. Some nice fruits on those. And I think I've got 1, 2, 3 of those as well, yeah. This one, that one, and the one over there at the back. All 3 yellow delights. This indigo cherry is doing really nicely. That's obviously a cat-faced one, and those are the woo, those are the proper ones. And it's making nice fruits all the way up. And it makes pretty flowers. Romas are starting to do some good fruit. So, as always, dependable Roma. This one's the mystery tomato that we have no idea what it is. I found a plant with no label and it had to go in. And the tumbling toms are doing beautifully. We've got quite a lot of fruit starting to set on them now. Like I said before, these baskets have gone wild. More midnight snack or midnight black. These 3 plants. Woo! I'll just show you this before I walk past it. I bought a grapevine, complete with grapes, from good old Asda for 15 quid. And it seems to be doing alright. It's got quite a long stem. And I am actually going to plant it in here, but there's a plant where it's going to go. So it's staying in its pot for now. Slightly in the way, but doing okay. Doing okay, plants. We'll keep an eye on that. Big, exciting, mega news. We've got our first blushing tomato. Oh yeah, baby, that's a black Russian. It's got a long way to go yet because it has to turn quite a dark browny red in a lovely blushing tomato. So happy. And more Black Russians. I've got quite a lot of Black Russian. Black Russian, Black Russian, Black Russian, Black Russian, Black Russian, Black Russian. And I even think that one at the back there, yep, that one there is also a Black Russian. This one, however, is not. This beastie is the Tigerella. Tigerella. Slowly getting there with it. It has got some fruits on it. They're not looking very Tigerella-y though, are they? What do you think? Anyway, got lots of flowers on, so it's going to make tomatoes. Another one of my tumbling tom baskets with lovely little tumbling toms on it. Nice little batches of tommies, which is really cool. And Black Russian. Look at those bad boys. That's got quite a lot of fruit going on it. This one, hard to show you because of the leaves. But anyway, it's doing all right. Doing all right. Sweet sun gold at the back, and sun gold here. Both. I've got toms on. I've got quite a nice truss of toms going on it. Another 2 more Roma plants, both with tomatoes on them. In the middle, the currant tomatoes. No signs yet of any of them ripening. There's some writing down there. Let's see if we can show you. Currant tomatoes. No signs of ripening yet, but coming along nicely. And there's another one of those at the back. And then there's a yellow pear at the back corner, which has got some fruit in it, but I'm not going to climb in and show you. Sorry. And then we've got 2 ox hearts. This one and this plant here are both ox heart tomatoes. I've got, I don't know, it's a melon called Melba, and if it does anything, it'll be a miracle. But it can stay there. There's another one of them over there. Peppers. We've got some sweet kabachis, which are starting to make peppers now. There's some more kabachi. They're a long, thin pepper. I did them last year and they were a bit thick-walled and thin-fleshed, and I'm not sure I'll do them again. So I'm giving them one more go this year to see if I can do them better. And then we've got some Tonno di Toro Rosso going on down. Can you see there? And here. So they're coming along, are the peppers, slowly but surely. That's another Melba melon. We'll see what happens with it. And I think that one is also a yellow pear. And the one in the back corner over there is a yellow pear. And then we've got red currants. Sorry, the currant tomatoes on the other side of the polytunnel were the yellow currants. And these are... this is the other red currant. That is a monster of a bush, as it happens. Enormously big. And I'm kind of keeping these in check, just with all these strings. Can you see? I don't know if you'll be able to make out, but there are quite a few strings in there, and I just keep pulling them forward, and some of them I twist, excuse me, some of them I twist around, and then those ones help to support the others that I've just pulled forward in front of them. It stops them being against polytunnel cover all the time. This is our San Marzano that I had to rescue from my own stupidity the other day. There's fruits going on there, and some more down there. And this also is a San Marzano. They should really have more fruits on by now, but that's because I got it all wrong. That one is a golden sunrise. And I believe the one behind it also is golden sunrise. Yes, it is. And then we've got 3 Ailsa Craigs. And 2 or 3. Ailsa Craig. This one is the one that when I was planting them all out when they were little, I snapped off the top. See, here. That's where I snapped it. So I left a sucker to grow, and the sucker has taken over. And a very fine plant it is too. And you, yes. Not quite as well on as these ones, which are the ones that did survive my feet, basically. But it will catch up. They've both got lovely tomatoes on them. And then we've got Sweet Baby at the back there, which is now... Sweet Baby at the back, which is getting lots of little tummies on it, which is very cool. This one is an Ailsa Craig here, and this one was, I thought, it was labelled up as a San Marzano, but it isn't. The fruits are just not San Marzano fruits. I think that's one of the Costaluto Genovese. Looking at the growth habit of it, it's very tall. It's almost hit the cane now. I've had to put another string in so that I can arch it and bring it up here, let it grow over the top. Oh, tumbling toms, lovely. Which is what those ones down there are doing. Costaluto Genovese. I think it's one of them. We'll know when I taste it. And these are 2 more Sweet Babies that are on the arch, and plenty of little fruits coming on those. Along the back are the Araf, which we all know that I like. See if we can get you in. There. That's the Raff. This plant got a bit scald. I think it was when we had all that really, really hot weather. I think the delicate little tips got it. But now it's gone cool again. They're coming back properly. So I've taken off the bits that were affected and we'll see what happens. Look at those. Sweet babies. How good are they? Yes. That's the marmande. There is another marmande somewhere. So that's marmande doing its thing slowly. This one's another Raff. Look at that. I mean, come on. Raff are good toms. That's another Raff at the back. And another Raff. And another Raff. That one is one where I accidentally chopped the top off when I was pruning. And it was only a baby, so I just stuck the top in the ground at the side of the stump. And the top's grown on. So there we go. And aubergines, or eggplants. We had a flower. I don't know if we've got a baby aubergine or not yet. No, we've got a flower. One flower. And this one's a different one. I bought this one. This is one that does purple striped aubergines. Still got a few lettuces going on in here. But there's the little gems there that are starting to heart up. And these Valmain ones that are cut and come again ones, but I think I've got plenty of lettuce outside. I think I'm probably going to take those out, give them to the chickens. And these are the ridiculously cute. How cute is this? Costaluto Genovese. Making little tummies for me all over the place. So that's cool, they're coming along nicely. And then the incredible Ilde. Have you ever seen flower trusses like these? I mean, for God's sakes. How do they possibly sustain all that growth? They're quite amazing. And we have got tomatoes in there. That is a lot of flower. If every one of them turns into a tomato, we are going to have a lot of tomatoes. They're just obviously multiflora tomatoes, and they really are multifloraing. So it's all going okay in here, I think. Tomato in a bottle is doing really well at the end. It had flopped over the other day. I came in and I was like, no! So I got some string and gently lifted it back up and tied it into the string on the bottle. We get attached to our plants, don't we? But I'd say the tomatoes are doing okay. In here. These are all the potato buckets. These first ones are Charlotte, I think. 5 buckets of Charlotte. And then there's 3 pots that are just dahlias. There. And then there's, I'm not sure how many, I think 4 pots of Maris Pipers. And then at the end it's Aran Pilot. And the Aran Pilots are due out soon. Probably, I might take one. I might actually tip one tonight because I picked some carrots and things for dinner. So I think we might have a few homegrown potatoes as well if there are any there. We'll have a look. Carrots and parsnips are doing really well. Carrots, I've been taking a few. Should we have one? They're thin-ins, but that's a nice carrot for a thin-in, isn't it? That's the other squash bed. I like squash. It's got a few cosmos in it. Durish. And durish. And there's some zinnias in there as well, but I'm not sure they'll come to anything. But we've got Louis de Provence in this these 2 corners. That in the middle is a Black Beauty. And then we've got golden zucchini in here, which I'm making some nice little... It always worries me when golden zucchinis do this. It's just what they do. Oh, looking nice. Cool. This is all my lavender. Oh, look, I'm sure there's a critter, sorry, excuse the carrot, coming in here and messing about with my plants. I'm just trying to grow these ready for a lavender path. Oh, there's some more. Excuse carrot again. Stand them up. That's not a lavender. Don't know what it is. We'll see. Came out of a seed packet though. I didn't get in there by accident. Anyway, ooh, look at that weed. That looks like a cleome. Doesn't that look like cleome? It really does. I might try and get that out and pot it on. The strawberries. Mr. Squirrel's still nicking strawberries, but he doesn't seem to be getting to those ones. Right, tomatoes of various varieties. I think these ones, no, those ones there, those 2 are sun gold. Carrot is my painting stick. The carrot says those 2 are sun gold. These are, we've got, oh, indigo cherry there, which is in need of watering. And, oh, I can't see. Oh, Costoluto Genovese. So we've got 2 sun golds there. The carrot says 2 sun golds there. Costoluto Genovese, indigo cherry, and sweet baby. And what's this one? Raff. So those are my lates. They were suckers. They look like they need a little bit of Epsom salts. I shall do that today as well. And a cucumber, an emergency cucumber, because the ones that I have bought before croaked it. However, at the same time, the ones that I had before croaked it, but the new seeds for FemSpot, 3 seeds, 1 to each massive tub, not taking them out, not disturbing them, growing them in there if they grow on. That one at the end looks quite strong, doesn't it? And this one. So we'll see what comes of them. And in here we've got some turnips. I put 3 or 4 seeds to a pot and brought them on from there. That's 2 failed plants that just seem to have mutated into something weird, so they're not going anywhere. hollyhocks ready for next year, and then lots of different beetroots where I put 3 or 4 seeds to a pot again, and then I'll plant the whole pot out as one batch. And I've got 5 pots of cylindra, 5 pots of boltardy, and 5 pots of chioggia. So that should be quite a few beetroots. I'll get those out, and that's one of the reasons the peas are coming out, is that I've got these things waiting in here to go out. Not a lot of space to do them. The beautiful garlics all drying out. I can move these into the shed now, can't I? Now that I've got my drying rack up there. They're drying out nicely. I think these ones might be pretty much done. But look at those beauties. It's coming along okay, ain't it? There's some things that are a little bit and some things that are doing really, really well that I'm really proud of. So it's all cool. The weather has been pretty awful around here. It's just rained. We had all that glorious heat, which was wonderful. But now it's making up for all that glorious heat by pouring down on us every single day. Hey, well, it's the weather this year, isn't it? The weather does what the weather does, and we just cope. So we've got some nice weather coming next week. The weather forecast, the long-term weather forecast says that I think after this weekend, maybe Sunday, we're supposed to get some decent weather, and it sets in for a bit of decent weather for a good week or so. It's showing at the moment, I think. So fingers crossed. My carrot now. Seeing as I didn't sift any soil that went in there, it's the same topsoil as I've got in the polytunnel. It's the mixture of topsoil and spent mushroom compost, which was quite lumpy. They're coming out alright. I had expected forky monsters, and it has whittled a little at the bottom, but it's not forked. And none of the ones that I've had out have done either. The yellow ones, oh, I can't remember what they're called. I'll pop the name up down here somewhere. The yellow ones are gorgeous. Really tasty and coming up a good size. Much chunkier than these ones. This is Jitka, which was David Domini seeds. And they're very, very tasty. But not quite as tasty as those yellow ones, whose name I can't remember. Look at the bottom. It'll be there. And there's some purple ones in there as well, and they're really nice, but they're not quite fully purple yet. They're still... It seems that purple carrots start off orange and then turn purple. Didn't know that. So the few that I've had at the moment are still... Some of them were still quite orange. A couple that I've taken out today are somewhat bigger now, and they're much more purple, so I'm just going to be patient for the purple carrots. I am. But it's nice to have some food. I've got a good bunch of carrots that we're going to have for tea tonight, and some broad beans, and some peas, and some mange too. So that's all for with our tea tonight, and this will be with our tea tonight. Right, okay, it's time for me to go. I've waffled on long enough. Thank you for watching me. It's been a pleasure as always. I hope I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. Bye.